Well, obviously, he's able to extend plays with his legs. So, that's really stressful, on the defense, especially the defensive line. We've got to make sure that we're very disciplined, in our rush lane integrity. And then also we got to make sure we can finish on top of the rush and make sure we can, get him on the ground. He's a very good player. He's, you saw what he did last week against Mississippi State. What he did last year against us. We gotta make sure that we're disciplined in everything that we do, and we gotta make sure that we try to restrict it and keep him in the pocket. Well, I just think maturity. I think James has grown in all areas. Not just in football, but I just think in life, period, which is parallel to it. But he's starting to do things, the Tennessee way, and not so much James Pierce's way, and starting to buy into what we're telling him and what we're teaching. Obviously he's always been a very talented young man, but just getting that talent to bottled and going in the right direction. That's been the challenge. But I think now he sees himself having success, with the coaching. So hopefully, he's going to continue to even be more coachable and be more of a sponge and just try to take everything in and grow and continue to grow.
Coach, how would you grade your pass rush overall, and then specifically your inside pass rush, and how important is that when you're playing a guy like Rattler to get pressure to save some time?
Well, obviously, when we look at the film on Mondays, the biggest thing that we're more focused on than anything is the production that we left on the field. And when we're going through that tape, we're just looking at, hey, if we did our proper assignment here, if we did use the proper technique, the footwork, the hands, the eyes, just the rush lane integrity, whatever. This is a sack we could have had. This is a play we could have gotten. This is a TFL that we missed out just by bad footwork, turning our shoulders, getting washed. So we're constantly evaluating ourselves, trying to get better. I think we've done some good things, but I really feel like there's so much more room for improvement that we can do as a unit, and that we've got to keep growing in those areas.
How important do you think it is?
Well, it's important to get push everywhere, and obviously in pass rush, it all needs to tie together. You need to push up the middle. You need the guys off the edge, making the quarterback try to step up. You got that guy's pushing so he can't step up. All of it goes hand in hand. Everybody has a job. Everybody needs to understand their job. They need to understand how it affects everyone, not just them individually. And I think that's an area that I think we have grown a little bit in. I mean, I look at just specifically like just Tyler, just him understanding. No, it ain't just about him. It's about Tennessee and about everybody doing their job and how it affects everyone. And everyone does their job, then everyone has an opportunity to be more effective.
In your page, Rodney, looking back at the Florida game, it seemed like your group was able to have more success in the second half. What changed there going into that second half, and do you feel like those things carried over to UTSA this past Saturday?
Well, obviously, tip your hat to Florida. They did a great job. Obviously, I thought the first half, we didn't have the edge that we need to have. Why? I don't have an answer for that. I thought we had a great week of practice, but those guys came out and they were more fundamentally sound. They're more disciplined. They play with more of an edge. Like I told my guys in this league, there are no off days. I don't care who you're playing against. I mean, you have to bring your A game every single day. And we have to have that type of chip on our shoulder when we go in there. And we can't go in there and think we can start slow. All right. We got to start fast. We got to finish fast. And we got to keep putting more gas on. So, it was a learning lesson. Obviously you don't want to have to learn like that. But, hopefully we will continue to get better. And I know the one thing about it, hopefully that is always in everybody's mind, the feeling that you had when you walked off that grass and in that locker room, and that's a feeling that you don't want to have. And so you need to let that motivate you going forward so that we don't have a repeat of that situation.
Omari Thomas has done a good job of making his presence felt on the field this season. Where has he impressed you most, and how much further do you think he can go to continue getting better?
Yeah, I think Big O, like all the guys, I think, he's shown improvement. He has to continue to improve on his pad level. I mean, that is one of the things that he knows that's his Achilles heel. But just continuing to play lower. Obviously, he's a great leader. He's very passionate about it. He loves Tennessee. He loves his teammates. He does a great job. But there are some fundamental things that he has to continue to improve on, which is just natural knee bend. Just initial explosion, hip rotation, things like that. That's going to help him chase his ultimate goal where he wants to be eventually.
Things I'll ask you separate. First, Daevin Hobbs has been in your rotation. What can you say about the development of Daevin Hobbs?
Okay. I think Hobbs is a great young talent. I think this kid, you know, he has a very bright future. The thing that's, he's impressed me with for a kid not to be here in January and to have surgery and to be able to come in, and play on the interior, which, in high school he was an edge guy, stand up guy, move around, basketball player and all that. We thought he had a really good skill set and all that, but we thought initially that, it was going to be more at the end. But with our need and everything that transpired, we needed more help at tackle. And for him to embrace it, not fight it, to go in there and do it, it's been very impressive. So, I'm looking forward to watching his development because he has a long ways to go. And once he improves and continues to get stronger, understand the fundamentals and what it takes to play in there, he's got a chance to be, I think, to be an elite guy because of his skill set and what he brings to that position. And that was the thing I told him, I got, Richard Seymour's coming to the game this weekend, with his son. So I'm looking forward to my guys getting a chance to meet him, have a chance to talk to him. He reminds me a lot of Richard with his demeanor and his size and his athleticism. So, I'm look forward to them two having the opportunity to meet each other.
And obviously, a lot of focus on Rattler. What else stands out about that South Carolina offense, including the offensive line?
Well, you got Rattler, you got number 5, the running back that they do everything with. He's a Wildcat guy. He played a lot last year against us in the Wildcat position. He can do a lot of good things. Number 17, the wide receiver, is a dynamic player. They've got good football players like everybody in our conference. We've got to do a really good job of defending them. We've got to play sound Tennessee football, and everybody's got to do their jobs.